right, we are in the visitor center here, and the water pump just quit. So I've got this set up so I can push the button to see what my water level is. So I've got power here, and the pump just isn't working. Hi everyone, welcome to Tigner Adventures. My name's David, and today we're going to do a little video about our water pump. So if you've seen in the intro, I don't know what it is, but every time there's got to be a problem, it's got to be at the most inopportune time. So last night we were at the Welcome Center in Arkansas, and we were gonna just do our last evening deal, and the water pump didn't work anymore. So anyway, we are to the campground, so we're hooked up to water right now, so we're okay. But we're gonna check out this water pump and see what's going on with it and why it's quit. Now, last night I was showing you that the inside of my water compartment here, this is my big bay, and this water tank goes all the way through to the other side. And I have this little door here, which gives me access to my water pump. And I have a light here that when I push this button, there's power going to the pump all the time. So when I push this button, the light comes on. So you can see right now I have the power turned off because the light doesn't come on. But last night the light did. So that meant that there's power going to the pump. The pump's just not working. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this cover right here off. And we're gonna open this up to kind of get an idea, get better access to the actual water pump, and then we'll kind of show you that a little bit more. All right, so here's the switch that I wired in here. Just gonna kind of set this down underneath here. Here is my water pump access. And so this is the tough part. They're always stuck in something that makes it a little difficult to actually get into them, to get them out of there. But there's 4 screws, and they're in my particular case they're square heads, but a Phillips screwdriver number 2 will also work to get those unscrewed. So we're going to go ahead and just unscrew those, and then I'll pull the pump out. So I am on a quick release here, so I can unplug the power. So the power is completely unplugged right now. And then as I take the pump off there, it won't move very far because the hoses are connected to it. So what I need to do is I need to also undo these 2. They're just a twist on, so they're really easy just to twist off and then pull the pump out. So pretty easy little change if you can actually get the pump out of there. Okay, so I've got the screws out of there. That was a little bit of a chore. They're about this long, and probably getting them back in is going to even be harder. But I'm going to go ahead and undo the water pump itself and lift it out of there. Want to make sure that you have the water turned off at the outlet there, and then take the pressure off the line. Makes it a lot easier. But that's pretty much it. Okay. So you can see there's just screws. These little things just screw on. Oh, whoops. That is the water out of the tank, so we don't want to have that down too low. But they just screw on here, so it makes it simple. And this goes through a little filter right here. And so anyway, I've turned the power back on, so I'm gonna plug this back in again and see if anything happens. And it doesn't. So I'm gonna bang around here a little bit, see if it's just something loose. Oh, there it goes. Alright, so this was just stuck. It gets a little buildup on there and everything, so anyway, that's that. So, and then if we turn this over, so you can get a better view of this. This is all the information about your pump, and these numbers here, this model number, this is a SureFlow, and this is the model number. You want to pay attention to that, because when you go in to get another one, I went into Camping World in Little Rock, Arkansas, and they wanted to sell me a different model number. Now this one here on Amazon, because they didn't have this model number, but on Amazon is anywhere from $60 to $80, and it comes with this filter piece on there. So anyway, they wanted $250 for their version, and they said, well, this one will work just fine. It's like, why do I want to spend $250 if I can get one for $80? So the one they had a higher pressure to it and things like that, and I don't really like to introduce new things to the rig. I like to replace things with the same things I took out, and that way I don't introduce any new problems. I'm going to go ahead and just hook this back up and just kind of leave it sitting in here for the time being, because if it's going bad, then I'm probably going to need to order another one anyway and replace it. Well, this poor pump, it just doesn't want to work continuously. Kind of have to keep banging on it and everything. So I have taken it back out because I actually purchased another one. Now I got this on Amazon, so I'll put the link in our description below. Just a reminder, you know, if you do shop anything on Amazon, then use our link, because then we get a little bit of credit for that, and we do appreciate that support. So worst case is, I guess you can buy us a cup of coffee, but if you use the Amazon link, it doesn't actually cost you anything. And so anyway, I got this new pump here, and we're going to swap it back out again. So it's a direct replacement for this, which makes the job a lot easier. I'm going to unplug this one connector right here, because that's the same as our connector right up here. And then I also changed out our one little splice connector we had, and I have already put a little connector on here, so this just plugs in. So it just makes the job a little quicker to swap things in and out real quick. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and just, I got to slide it in there. Hard to see anything. The ends of these, if I can do this one, it's got a little rubber thing here, and that's what goes inside here, so it seals it, so you don't have to crank these on really super tight. You just have to kind of get them on there. So, but it is a little bit, takes a little bit to kind of get it lined up and get it screwing on there. It pretty much gets to the point where it's just plug and play, so that's really nice. For these certain parts you got to replace from time to time. Whew. So with that said, I'm going to put this one on, and we've got to plug this. Well, we're going to go ahead and plug this black one in right here really quick. Now I just have to reach up there and get this one on the actual pump. Direct replacements are always nice. So okay, so I think our last thing is we've got that in there, other than putting these screws back in, but since that was the same spot, it'll be easy enough to match those up. But I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. This is keyed. Alright. And then if you have a dry hand, you're basically going to reach back in here and make sure you don't have any leaks, which it doesn't appear to have any leaks right now. I do have water in here from the other pump not working really good, so that's why we've now replaced it. But this new one seems like it's done the job, and looks good. So at least we have our water back again, so that's really nice. You can see this is a fairly simple job to do. Really the hardest part of this whole job is getting these screws in and out. That's really the hardest part, because the attachments, they have those rubber washers on them, so you don't have to crank them down very tight, and they're pretty easy to just undo with your hands. So the fact that they're in a little dinky compartment doesn't really hurt you too bad. Well, So the pump works, and if you look here, we can see that the bathroom faucet's running, but look what happens here. I turn on the kitchen faucet, it just dribbles out of there. So, just can't seem to catch a break. So, I have looked at everything on this faucet. There's not really a lot to look at. So basically, the way this is designed, this is a Moen faucet, same kind that you use in a house, right? So anyway, it's not working. You can buy cartridges to replace them and everything, but I don't know how long this faucet's been in here or how many times the cartridge has been replaced. And so we're gonna go ahead and just order us a new kitchen faucet. Well, Amazon has come through. We have ordered this new faucet. Ninette liked this design a little bit, so I think we'll try this out. And if I open this up, besides the instructions, that's what it will look like. And the key thing that I liked about this one is it had these little adapters here. So this should go from the hoses on this unit and be able to just screw into the lines that we have within the RV, which are 1/2 inch. So this will just be a simple little swap out basically, but we've got our 1/2 inch lines up there, and that's our faucet right there. So if we kind of get this around here, you'll see all we have to do is undo those 2 little connectors there, and we are ready to go. One thing I see a problem with right off is that that's a female connector on the end of that hose. So I've shut the water off and I've drained the lines, and I'm ready to go ahead and tear this apart. I actually had this adapter, this little shark bite that the sink adapter connects to. So I'm thinking I'm just going to cut that tube off right there and use this shark bite on it. And as far as the other one, the water filter will just hook directly to it. All right, we went ahead and put that shark bite piece on there, and now looks like it fits pretty good. Won't know until it gets under pressure. And the other portion is ready to be pulled off there. I've taken out the filter also. So the first thing you got to do on these faucets is you got to take this plastic thing off right here. So I'm just going to use a knife and kind of get under it. It comes off. And this one's, so they just snap on there, and then it's hard to tell, but this one's got a Phillips on it and this one's got a flat on it. So this little multi-tool has both. So I'm going to take this apart. That allows that to come out there. Well, pulled this one out. I don't know if you can see in there very good, but I think that's where our problem is. This is all gummed up pretty bad. Let's see if we... It's got a lot of buildup in there. Boy, sounds like a little bit of water buildup. Who knows how long that's been going on. This new faucet has where I can use all 3 holes, and it just has a cover that covers it because it really only uses one. Or I could just put it in like here and put in some of these plugs just like this if we decide to. But I think I'm just going to put it here and put the little 3 thingy there and not worry about it. You can pull it out. Okay. All right, now it's not turning.
Something's turning up here though. Well, let's see what I'm doing.
Okay, cool.
There we go.
Nice. This is the old piece that was down in over here. So they do make these cartridges so they can be replaced, supposedly. Looks like it's got a place there you undo. But who knew if I could even find this cartridge, so that's why we're switching it out. All right, we're gonna clean this up. These little places like this, there's no way to clean them until you tear it apart. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, where'd that dirt come from? We've been cleaning that off for a long time. All right, so that's nice and clean. What's that? Boy, that looks like a brand new sink right there. This is what we have to put in the place of the 3 holes here. So that'll just sit there just like that. So that looks okay. We don't use the little sink over here as much as we use this one, but I think that'll still work out okay. Here is our new piece. And this little guy comes down, sprays, pops back up in there. So there's a little weight that goes on the bottom of this when it goes through there, but this is what we got to worry about right here. So he's going to just pop down in there. We'll do up the screw, and you use screwdriver to actually tighten that, pushes this ring up there to actually hold it. So a lot easier getting it on and off than that old one that was all screwed on there really hard. So anyway. We're gonna get Greg to come over here and hold this, and then I get to crawl back underneath again. How's that?
Yeah, it's good. It's good up here, and that'll work.
Okay.
See, that goes down past the lip by an inch.
Yeah, don't go down that low. That's good. This looks good. All right. So that's all hooked up under there. New filter. All kind of goes up around here. Kind of see up in there. So we got a little weight right there. Well, Ninette's gonna be happy because we got it all working. So we got a spray here. We got regular. A little button here to turn it off, but the nice thing is you can kind of go like this. So a little extra work there. Had to wait to get a faucet from Amazon. Again, the pump, and this is in our Amazon affiliate links in our description below. So please check those out. And even if you don't buy this specific one, and decide to buy something else, then we still get credit for that. So we do appreciate that. It doesn't cost you guys anything to do that. So that's what's so cool about that whole setup. So anyway, that's all we have with this. We've got it working. I'm excited. She's going to be excited. She's in visiting our friends. We're parked at our friend's house right now. So Greg was helping me a little bit earlier, and you know, trying to get those things out of there and everything. He's gone back in to clean up his mess. I got to clean up my mess. So anyway, everyone take care, and we'll hope to see you down the road somewhere, and if not, then hopefully on our next video. So bye.